clear, coming through Geocache Talk. A voice on the line I hear, coming through Geocache Talk.
A stunning symbol of adventure, community, and storytelling. Its bold design shines with vibrant colors and a cool retro look. It's more than just a coin. It's a badge of geocaching passion. You can be part of the journey by supporting Geocache Talk on Patreon. Your patronage helps create inspiring shows, grow the community, and keep the adventure going. Join the network at patreon.com/geocachetalk.
Geocachers, it's time to celebrate your achievement. Introducing the brand new Jasmer Challenge Geocoins, designed to honor your dedication to one of the toughest geocaching challenges out there. Each coin represents a completed loop of the Jasmer Challenge, marking your journey through the history of geocaching. Whether you've conquered Loop 1, Loop 2, Loop 3, or gone all the way to Loop 4, there's a coin for you. These stunning geocoins were designed by renowned coin artist Christian Mackey, known for his incredible craftsmanship and attention to detail. And at just $25 each, they're a must-have for any serious cacher. Don't wait. Grab yours today in the Geocache Talk shop and show the world that you've mastered the Jasmer Challenge.
Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Big thanks to our new patrons. Returning patron, the Geocaching Ninja, Wee Dog 1, Angel Bandit, PWC in PC, and returning patron, JR and Juju. And tonight, the featured patrons are from the state that starts with the letter N, as in New York. Well, there's other states too. Nicole, Jamie, Mel, Lori, Amy, Chad, Jerry, James, Chris, Francis, Randy, Andrew, Patrick, Trisha, Allison, John, don't know who that is, Andy, Jamie, Roger, the Deadliest Cachers. Thank you to all our patrons for keeping this show and all the shows on the air. And we have a full crew back tonight. There they all are.
Hey,
the Pizza Ninja is back.
Everybody
Memphis
finally
Mafia.
showed up for once. It's been the first time in a while.
I was going to say, this has been like, what, 3 weeks since we've been all together?
It's been at least 3.
Yeah.
In fairness, we all had good excuses, though.
We did.
Absolutely, yeah.
We absolutely did. Again, I apologize completely for killing Pizza Talk. I'm very sorry.
Gary, I still can't believe you killed Pizza Talk. We had like such a monster crowd. It was like crazy. Like how many people were so excited for that show.
Gary, the jealousy is not a good look on you, man. You really
I mean it totally came
very
across.
obvious.
Where Gary was like that bad guy in a movie that blows up the building and just slow motion like walks away. You know? That's what she did.
She was doing it to like cut the views in half and the listens in half, so it didn't look like it was as popular as it was.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy. It was off the hook.
Yeah,
that was like so much fun. A big shout to K Blast for making that show incredibly awesome, and all the pizza talkers that contributed videos like Retired Guy, Brian Roth, Annie Love, Emily, Tim, everybody on that one. So yeah, just Happy Hotag, you're right. Don't just talk about pizza. Go have some pizza. And I think we had a good comment ready earlier from Chrysler King 987. Ready for some pizza talk.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, once every 5 years, no problem.
I think I owe him one though, Jesse. I owe him a show at some point. So
yes. Oh man,
I screwed that up.
People were saying they're just like, we can't wait to have Pizza Talk back. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, and some are like, hey, we had two pizza talks for the price of one. Like, woohoo!
That's right.
Oh man,
so that counts for the next 5 years too. Is that what you're telling me? So you got 10
no,
years.
No, more frequent. Don Treadway, big shout out to Don. Don's awesome. It's pizza here tonight. Long day, man. Don, you earned that pizza, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Okay. I see what's going on here. Let's do this. We've got some news to do, and let me push the button. Shout out to everybody with us tonight. Couple items of note. I was really hoping to show off, and I'm going to spill some beans tonight. So let me do this.
Oh no, Gary just spilled the beans.
So I was hoping to hold up in my hand and show you guys this incredible coin that'll be available starting tomorrow, because it won't be here until tomorrow, which is the Cache Odyssey Geo Tour coin.
Oh my God.
Even if we can't show it tonight, I'm assuming we could debut it on Instagram tomorrow, though.
We can.
And Facebook, obviously.
Absolutely. I have a video ready to go, but I want to have them in my hand before we actually give it. But it looks incredible, other than I haven't held it in my hand yet, but it's very unique. I don't think I've ever seen another geocoin that looks like it, and there's a lot of geocoins out there. So for me to say that, and I've got a whole ton behind me, and you guys have a ton of them, it looks incredible. It looks very, like I said, it's when you look at it, and again, when I want to hold it in my hand, I want to look at it and go, whoa, that's like different. It's completely different, and that's hard to do. You guys have seen a lot of geocoins.
Oh yeah.
For it to be something that's unique, I think, and I'm really excited that we're going to have a coin that people will be able to purchase to commemorate their time with Cache Odyssey. We'll talk about that more in a minute. I do also want to let people know, and I don't have them again. These are in production, but they look amazing. We have 2 coins that we're going to sell for Podcast to Hope. This is our 10th year for Podcast to Hope, and we have 1 coin that we're going to sell for $50, and we're going to sell another one for $100. And you're like, whoa, I'm going to buy a coin for $100? It's like, well, hang on a second. Think about this for a minute. If you want to donate to Podcast to Hope, if you want to donate to St. Jude, then we would request that you get something as a commemoration for your donation, and you get a coin. And the coin, again, the proceeds for the coin are going to go, they're going to be all put together, and all of it, we're not going to take a dime of profit. We're going to give all the proceeds to St. Jude. Now, it's a little bit different than most of the donations that we do for St. Jude, because as most people know, maybe some don't, that when we set up Podcast to Hope each year, it is done through St. Jude. So when if you don't want to buy a coin and you want to donate directly to Podcast to Hope, that money doesn't come through us. It's going to go straight to St. Jude. Now, we get credit for it because we're kind of in a competition with a bunch of the other, for us, we're in a grouping of folks that do gaming.
Mm-hmm. We're representing geocaching.
Yeah.
There's gaming in there and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. I think all the golf tournament folks compete against each other in a sense. They compete, but they're all in one group. I think all the runners are in another group, which is great, because then they can it's sort of like a friendly thing where you're like, try to raise the most for your division. And we have been able to raise, hopefully this year, we will pass the $100,000 mark for St. Jude.
Oh my God, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, and the idea too is we have prizes every year.
Yep.
But now there's something a little more to go, a little bit of a bigger prize for people that are donating, right? Like,
correct.
There's a commemorative coin to go with it too, because people step up every year, and it's amazing every year. And obviously we have a limited amount of prizes we can do, but we're hoping this will kind of sweeten the pot for people and give you something to look at and hold on to, that is directly related to your your giving for St. Jude. So
yeah, absolutely.
And I love these because these are such. We work on so many different projects, like secret projects behind the scenes. And I don't know about you guys, but with these coins, like working on these for a while, I'm excited for these. And just to think about these small batch coins that benefit St. Jude on here as well, too. So these aren't widely mass produced coins whatsoever.
No.
Correct.
So really, it's going to be a very rare opportunity for people to get these for a great cause, which is just perfect.
Yeah. The 2 coins for St. Jude that we're doing for this year, we're not going to do those. That design's done. So we're not going to, once we sell out those, they're gone. We're not going to reproduce those. And they are stunning looking. So, hey,
Yes.
Bell on the move. Yep.
Well,
Absolutely.
and again, nothing's changed. It's December's coming up. We raise money for St. Jude every December. We're just always trying to return the benefit of, because every year people step up and surprise us, right? Our whole community steps up and represents geocaching, sends money in, and we're just trying to attach some value to that. Not that anybody's ever asked for it. Nobody's ever asked for anything in return, right? Like we do prizes. Nobody's ever said we need bigger prizes. That's never happened from geocachers.
Yep.
Everybody's happy to give and happy to do it. And just like we do, we jump in the pot as well. But I think it's our chance to just give something back for people who've been giving for so many years. And it's a big milestone in Podcast of Hope this year. So we want to do something special for people. So hopefully this works out. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be awesome.
Joe's asking, they should, as soon as we get them, they're in production. And one of the coins that we're doing is kind of sort of specific to one of our guests. We have an incredible lineup. As you guys know, we always work hard on getting a very unique.
That's a good teaser too, because you're not going to tell them the guest yet, right?
No, I'm not.
But the coin will give them a hint as to one of them. So that's pretty cool.
The coin will give them a hint.
You
Absolutely.
can't spill that one though. That's not.
No,
we're not spilling that yet. Okay.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I had my button right above Gary's, like to take him out in case he was going to spill the beans. Because
kick me out.
This is a pretty good, pretty awesome guest to have. I'll tell you. There's so many I'm excited for, and this is one that I'm super excited for.
And somebody said, Mr. Pac-Man. Well, first of all, that's not a surprise. Right. Like, Doug is always involved with the show. So that wouldn't be a big surprise. He's always an honored guest, and he's always welcome, but it's not him. So it's a different guest.
Different guest. Yeah.
He's helped us many years. He's helped with a lot of projects, obviously. And we always love his support, but just not throwing a red herring in there or anything like that. It's not a trick. That's not the guest we're talking about.
No, but I'm really excited we have several guests. And yes, Strict 2, they are trackable. So
absolutely. Everything's got to be trackable. We just talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Shoes, baby bottles, walking sticks, everything. My calf, everything's trackable.
Yeah, of course.
You could keep guessing. You're not going to guess this guest. And this is one's pretty wild.
They're trying to get you to talk, Gary. Stop it.
I'm just telling you, it's a wild.
We got to move on. We got to move on because I feel like Gary's going to spill the beans.
All right, here we go. On to the show. So, do you guys want to just go around? You take one. I
guess explaining what we're doing. So we've all been traveling.
Yes.
And the show, our tagline is "Don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching." So we're going to do it in reverse this time. We've been geocaching, so now we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We rarely ever just talk about our geocaching on here, but we've all three been on trips recently, and we kind of were talking about it, and there's kind of a lesson out of each one. So we just thought we would use that as a segue into it, our caching lately. So, that's pretty much the idea for tonight. The guests are the hosts. So
yeah, it's us.
Yeah.
I've got a few, and like I said, we'll go around the room, and I'll do one, and then we'll just sort of each take one, and we'll just keep going. I'll start with mine, just give you a general overview real quick of the trip I took. Drove from Texas to Michigan, to the top of Michigan. It's a little bit of a hike to get there to top of Michigan from North Texas. So, but got there, and my goal for the initial part of my trip was Power Island. Now, I know a lot of people have done Power Island.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people who want to do Power Island, and a lot of people who are like, "What's Power Island?"
Yeah.
So, Power Island is GC 35. It is obviously my trip was pretty much focused on Jasmer. That cache is
that in July?
It's a hang on, I'll look it up real quick. I had it on my list and now I don't have it pulled up, but I'll pull it up real quick. So Power Island again is you have to take you don't have to, but most people take a boat out to Power Island because it is out in the Great Lake, and it's probably easiest to take a boat. And I'm going to talk about how you can take a boat here in a moment, but yeah, it's coming up right now. And
what would you do if you didn't take a boat? Are you saying you could swim this?
Yeah, no.
Could
you could take your own boat? Say that again.
Could you use a jetpack to get to this one?
You could use a jetpack.
Okay.
Probably a jet ski.
You might be able to swim it if you're a really good swimmer. It is a July 2000, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have done those boat required caches without a boat before. I do not recommend it.
Right.
I almost drowned, so don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had one that you had sort of a boat, but it kind of deflated on you.
No, that's different. I decided on one just to swim.
No,
but I had to relay to it, like swim to one island, then swim to the next island.
Yeah.
And everybody else had boats, and they were driving around me, power boats, but I did not have a boat.
That's awesome.
Yes, I almost drowned. We've talked about that before. It was years ago that I did it, and I got to ride back. I did not swim back.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask you, what was the motivation, Jesse, for like doing that without a boat?
Yeah, that's it. That was the motivation. Doing without a boat. Well, I got out there and I was like, well, I don't have a boat, but I really want to get this cache. I don't know. It satisfied some kind of requirement that I needed for some challenge. And we were on a camping trip, and Christy was with me, and we walked all the way out there, and I was like, because you don't know, I'm like, well, maybe there's an easier way to get there. I don't know. I was hoping like catch a ride with somebody. Nobody was where I was. So I'm like, I'm just going to swim. Well, I didn't have my phone either. So I kind of knew where it was. I tried to study it really good, and then
it just sounds like a bad idea right away.
Yeah, it was. It was terrible idea. The wakes were terrible because there was big boats going through. And I got to the second island, and I thought I was going to die. I grabbed onto like driftwood. I was trying and I just laid out. And when I did, there was people partying on that island. So they were like, dude, where'd you come from? I was like, I swam. They're like, you can't swim in this. That was dumb. I was like, yeah, it was dumb. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, trying to find a geocache. And I had explained them the whole thing, what it was. And they're like, where is it? I'm like, well, see, I didn't have any waterproof sleeves, so I left my phone back there. But it's supposed to be right here in this little inlet here. Right. So they helped me find it.
That's
looking
cool.
around and helped me find it. And then they were like, you're not going to swim back, are you? And I was like, I mean, I don't know. So instead, they put me in their boat, gave me a beer, and drove me back to where I started.
Yay.
I lived. Short, no spoiler for the story.
So you didn't die. You didn't die, but geocaching public service announcement.
I did not die. It was dumb. It was dumb. And of course, I didn't have my phone, so it took a long time. So Christy was pissed when I got back. I mean,
I bet.
He was like, "You're an idiot," but whatever. I got it. Yeah. So I got the cache. I don't even remember what cache it was now. That's how it probably didn't matter that much. I did it anyway. But when Gary says get a boat, get a boat.
Get a boat. Direwolf says kayak. I think it would be rough to do a kayak. I mean, it's about. I know some people who have done it. They would do better for me. If anybody's been to Power Island and they've been with Captain Mike, you could probably tell me better in the chat room how long it was. I thought it was about 20 minutes of a boat ride. So it's significant. Yeah. He guns it. So he wants you to experience a He's not going to take a slow ride out there. He likes to put the pedal to the metal and get out there. So that's fun. Yes, it is. Strex 2 is right. It's listed as a T1. I think that back in 2000, I think the person thought T1 meant really hard. So it's a T5. I mean, you need a boat. You need some kind of craft. You can't swim it. So anyway, so and about an hour boat ride out to it. I don't remember it being an hour. No, not an hour. No, it's but she did it too. So Lori would remember better than me. Okay, so Power Island is a public park, I guess is what they call it. It's a public. It's like the largest public park on that Great Lake, which is kind of interesting. But Captain Mike, and this information, I put his information in the show notes. So definitely check out the show notes after the show. I left his phone number. Contact Captain Mike. Just tell him you're a geocacher, and he'll give you the hookup. So he's a trip. He is crazy. It's worth taking the trip with Captain Mike because he tells you great stories. He also gives you really good hints. So there are.
That's kind of nice.
That is nice. Well, no, not hint for the cache, but hint for the island.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people get there and they're like, "Oh, I'm just going to walk to, over to GC35 and we'll get back on the boat and go back." Like, no, you're going to be out there for about 3 hours. You need to plan accordingly. So, and Power Island GC35 is on the other side of the island from the dock. So you're going to park at the dock and you're going to walk. Now, he gives you suggestions about how to walk it. He takes you to a map that's a topographical map that's on the island, which is nice because it's a permanent, made of, whatever, plastic or whatever. So it's always there, but it's there, and he points to it and he shows you the blue route, the blue trails and the red trails. And he kind of gives you a basic understanding of the whole, he says, you might want to walk it clockwise, just a suggestion. You can catch there's like I said, there's 15 caches on that island. So you might want to catch the earth caches going this direction just to make it a little easier. You might want to walk around this way. And so anyway, you don't have to follow what he says, but he wants to give you some friendly advice. Right. Yeah. So two things I want to mention. One is I foolishly wore a jacket that was way too big. And so I had to drag that jacket around the whole island. Not smart, but anyway, so prepare clothing wise properly.
Did you think it was going to get cold out there?
A little bit. It was actually when I was there, it was 50 something, 55.
Okay.
50.
I was going to say, Gary, this had to be like the most north you've been in a long time, right?
Yeah, since I took a trip to Seattle, but I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the right rain or the right jacket for the trip. Number one. Number two, I did not have the right footwear. So I learned quickly that you should not. 50 is freezing for Texas. Yes, it is. Well, you got to remember though, 50 on the water, and you're getting sprayed by the water, it can get kind of chilly. So
yeah, it can get chilly.
It can. Yeah. So have proper footwear. That's obvious, but maybe it's not obvious to everyone because I was foolish enough not to wear the right footwear. I learned after that for the rest of my trip, which I'll talk about in a little bit, that you do need to have proper footwear. I made it all the way around the island, made it in the 3 hours that were required. Nice.
Whoa, 3 hour tour? Is this what you're saying?
It was a 3 hour
that's
tour.
kind of like not boding well, right? When somebody says 3 hours.
Yeah. How many were in your group, Gary?
Just two of us were out there.
Oh, wow.
So, I was being encouraged the whole time. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. And so I was okay. I mean, like I said, I was I have lost some weight since, in preparation for this whole trip. I lost about 20 pounds. So,
Oh man, go you.
yeah, thank you. So,
That's awesome.
there are some, it's just good to know. I mean, these are good things. And we wanted to talk a little bit about, and then I'm going to pass it off to one of you guys, but something about this island that, that we want to mention, and that is that you want to be prepared. You want to really think through the trip. It's a fun island to walk around, but you need to kind of know your limitations. And particularly the couple things. One is there are trails, and the trails are really good. So I think some people are thinking, you just, you drive up, you walk the shore, and you get to, like, it's a little trickier than that. It's at least, I went and looked at the mileage, and I gave a general idea of how long it would take you to like walk around the whole island. And it's at least 2 miles if you want to do it. I think Lori did it. She can mention it in the chat room. Dawn was with me, and she's the one that helped me get over get through all that. So she could tell you more, well, also in the chat room. So it is very fun. It's the terrain is easy to moderate. I don't think it's really that hard. I mean, it's just that it's again, they're not bulldozed trails. You're on, especially when you get over to that side of the island, and you guys have been on, where you get, like it feels like a super highway sometimes. Then you get to some things where it's like, it's a footpath, and I can kind of see that there's a footpath here.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
You have to kind of realize that when you get there. So, it depends on some of that factors. Now, one of the things that I also wanted to mention and let you guys kind of comment on, which is no matter what shape you're in, if you're in really good shape or if you're in so-so shape like myself, you really want to be careful how you take your time. You don't want to race across it. Now, Captain Mike tells you stories about people who did race across it for fun, but that's a different story. But there's a lot of, even though the trails are well marked and they're pretty good. If you don't think through what you're doing, you could really hurt yourself. And when you do, you got to have a plan. And you guys have that. Well, John, you can talk about yours, which is, you had a plan. Well, you don't plan to snap your leg like you did, or your knee.
You don't plan to, Gary. You don't plan to snap your leg and fall into a swamp and have to hold your knee together while getting out of there. But I mean, those things do happen, and it's one of those things. I mean, sometimes people get injured very shortly on a trail. Sometimes people get injured in there. I mean, there's just such a good level of self-awareness you have to be to understand your comfort zone, what you're comfortable with, and to make sure that you're prepared.
Right.
And I think your story is, I mean, a good one because of being like, that's an adventure. I mean, you have somebody who you're chartering to take you to an island, and then giving you words of wisdom. And from your sense, Gary, I mean, you were there with somebody else, so that was really good because, I mean, if you were the only person there and something happened,
it could have gone wrong quickly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because a couple things was that somebody has done it solo recently, but a couple things to mention. And Direwolf asked Dawn about what do you think the max capacity? The max capacity for Mike's boat is 6. Just to let you know, so you want to plan accordingly. But yeah, so Captain Mike doesn't stay there. He drops you off and goes, "See you in 3 hours."
Right.
And so, yeah, for the whole time I was on the island, it was me and Dawn. So, I mean, we're kind of relying on each other to be, sort of careful that we don't get hurt, because I don't want her. She's not going to be able to drag me out of there. Well, she'll probably get me a ways. She could at least get me up to a trail somewhere and, let me die right there or something. But anyway,
well, I mean, just like John didn't plan to injure himself out there, you didn't plan for anything to happen out there either. But I've chartered a boat a couple times for caches, and I've talked about those before, marooned, and then one down here in Florida for a virtual out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
He could have dropped you off and then gotten halfway back and had boat trouble.
Oh yeah.
You could have been on there for hours and hours. So you have to really, and there's a lot of those experiences in geocaching where you charter something and people have all done it before or whatever, but things can happen. You got to kind of prepare for, have the right gear. What if you're there for a couple extra hours that you didn't plan on?
Exactly.
You got to think about those things, and you don't want to think about it because it's fun. And I know tons of people that have done this, but things can go wrong, and it's always better to be prepared for it and then never have to use your backup plan, right? So
correct.
It easily could have been, he could have gotten detained somewhere for any reason, and then you got an extra 3 hours on there, and hopefully you could call somebody from that island. I don't know if you could or not.
I don't know. I mean,
did you have cell service out there?
We had cell.
Okay,
but
so you want to call somebody possibly.
Make sure your phone's working properly. It's fully charged. Make sure you've got water. Make sure you've got, you've checked the weather, to make sure what you're going to be going.
Like you did. You had Dawn.
Yep. She wasn't gonna let me go there alone. I appreciate that, because that was, that was kind of the plan. She's like, no, I'll traipse along with you. So,
always better to have somebody with you.
You really need to.
Something that's an experience like that, just because it's fun, also, but just safety in numbers, right? Like anything can happen anytime. You could be out there by yourself and just drop your phone and step on it, right?
Sure.
And then, good luck after that.
Yeah. And the trails are now, and we'll move on and let you guys talk about one of your trips, and then I'll come back to one of my other adventures. But always think about the fact that if you happen to, injure your leg, what is your plan? Mm-hmm. Can you get a hold of somebody? Yeah. Or if somebody's with you, can they go back to the dock and get you, ready to go again, or, talk to somebody? So anyway. So Power Island's well worth it. Just know what you're getting into. It's a great, again, you kind of get the whole island. I mean, there's nobody else out there, which is good and bad, I guess. But
anyway. But that's a good experience, though. It's on my list for sure.
Oh, it's well worth it. Yeah.
Same here.
Maybe me and John will go together.
Oh man, you want to?
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, if we do, Jesse, we're getting a pizza beforehand. We're taking it there, and then when we find it,
never mind. This is already going on.
Dude, survival pizza. What if something happens?
Survival pizza.
We don't want to starve.
Which one of y'all are going next?
You go ahead, John.
Yeah, I'll go, because Gary, I'm going to talk about adventure. You talked about adventure a little bit on here, but I'm going to talk about real adventure and in high quantities, my friend, because my trip, I went camping, and it was an awesome camping trip, right? But before I even got there, I had a fantasy football draft, and it was just like downpouring, like nonstop. And yeah, believe it or not, this doesn't involve pickle pizza, Rhonda, not this time. But I had to pull over because the rain was just like downpouring so hard, right? It was just, visibility was there. It was like late at night. And luckily I pulled into this rest stop, and believe it or not, guys, there were adventure labs there.
No.
Yeah, which was great, because I'm like, I got to find something to pass the time with all of this just like really heavy rain to get off the road.
Can't be
serious. And something happened, guys. Something I didn't anticipate happening on this one. And something I will admit this. I don't know if a lot of people will admit this, but I will, guys, is after I spent this time having these adventures, waiting out the storm at a rest stop, I found that my most found cache type is lab caches, believe it or not. Yeah. I know. Thank you for sharing, Gary.
Those aren't even real geocaches. I don't know.
Whoa. Jesse. It's a smile, man. It's a smile.
Hey, according to Reddit, those aren't real geocaches. I looked it up. That's official.
Wait, is this part of your new legal lawyer training? You're going to be like, according to Reddit, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so Gary.
Well,
just,
congratulations. That's
Thank you. And I mean, Gary, not to put shame to your story, but I mean, the number of my adventures probably exceeded the number of your adventure at Power Island. Just saying.
Yeah, probably so. So.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that, on that one, to share that experience. But I'll talk more about my camping trip later on.
Okay.
And on here, if Adventure Labs are not real geocaches, neither are virtuals.
Yes.
Possibly even Earth caches. I appreciate that.
That's right.
Happy Hodag says they count toward your find count, so they are real caches.
Oh,
so
you're telling me Reddit's wrong? I can't believe that. Next, you're going to tell me that Wikipedia is not true.
Oh man, Jesse, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to pop your balloon, and I got to give a shout out, guys, too. Is Tony on here says he's changing his handle from TKD Scouter to TKD Slicer. I like that. I like that, guys. So sorry, Gary, not to overshadow your adventure, man.
No, you're good. They're both great adventures.
We'll leave Earth caches out of our conversation.
Yeah. Oh man, that was awesome. So yeah, audio listeners, all things Earth cache said, whoa, leave Earth caches out of this conversation. Okay.
Yeah. That's funny too is that there are some good Earth caches out there, and I haven't logged them all yet. I've got all the info. I just need to go through and sort out the pieces. But again, 15 caches out there now. In strict, somebody mentioned about events. Yeah, somebody just created a couple of events out there, but they're not real events. They want to create another cache type, and so they created an event out there, and somehow they got it published. But there's no, I mean, if you want to try to find your way out there for this event, you could. But again, maximum there'd probably be 6 people at that event. So just saying.
Hey, I've been to smaller events.
I know yeah. So what was one of your stories, Jesse, you want to tell tonight?
Mine's kind of similar to that. So I kind of given you crap a little bit about it. I looked it up actually. My lab caches are my second now. They're tied with mystery caches or unknown caches. So I'm not really close to catching up with traditionals, but which is kind of funny because we're in a weird phase. So this summer, and I know Gary, you're going to talk back about this too, but it's kind of a lead into the other trip. So during the summertime, towards the end of the summertime, I talked about it a little bit before, we went and found 3 cache odysseys.
Oh, cool.
I know you're going to talk about some that you found too. We got South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. We've already talked about those before, but that was kind of I'm going to talk about the bad side of Cache Odyssey now. So,
okay.
Those were awesome. The problem is not every cache is awesome. So we're kind of in a weird backlash from going and seeing those super awesome caches. And we were kind of trying to, I don't really know if I mentioned this before, but we were kind of trying to counting cache on the way home. And we got more and more depressed because we did these awesome caches those 3 caches are the best caches I've done all year.
Wow.
Hands down, right? Those 3
That's
caches.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And I understand that not every cache needs to be like that, but we were going home and we were trying to stay on a route. This is totally our fault. We're trying to stay on a route and like jump off the interstate and grab the closest cache and then jump back on. And cache after cache was in these weird locations right off the interstate, was not really being maintained. And it was just like a dirty pill bottle laying at the bottom of a tree and spider bush, spider webs and everything else. And it was hot. And we were like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of and I don't mean this to sound in a terrible way. It's a backlash from finding super awesome caches, but we're not really in the mode right now where we're doing a big numbers run of anything. So nobody in the family is really motivated to find just a cache, right? Like we're kind of being really picky and choosy of tromping out through the woods to find a cache.
Sure.
And I'm not saying that there's not a time and a place where we weren't finding everything everywhere we went, right?
Right.
But we're kind of in a pick and choose kind of thing now. So fast forward, we found a few here and there along the way since then, and we found some caches or whatever. Still love to go to events every chance I get and stuff like that. But we went on a cruise. That cruise where I was gone for. That cruise was the sister ship. It was a celebrity ship. It's a sister ship of the one we're going on. So it's just like the one we're going on next summer.
Next summer, yep. Very cool.
That's awesome.
It was kind of cool to walk around, see how the ship was. Super nice, by the way. Awesome. I won't sidetrack us onto that because I could talk about that all day. But it was our anniversary cruise. So it wasn't a caching cruise, but obviously if we're together, we're going caching, right?
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting. We had a decent caching day. I'd say a pretty successful caching day. We went to Key West and went to Coco Cay. So we've been to Coco Cay a few times. So there's no caches on Coco Cay, right?
Oh, okay.
Because it's a private island. So you can't place any caches there.
Gotcha.
Because it's not open and accessible to everybody, right? It's literally a private island.
Yeah.
So we went to Key West.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a majority of a day in Key West, and we haven't been to Key West. Like we live in Florida, but that's like 8 hours away. So it's not just like it's not an easy drive to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a great caching day and found no real caches. And for the audio people, I'm doing air quotes because I'm being sarcastic. I want to make sure everybody understands it. So we had a great caching day, and we did not find a single physical cache, and it was awesome. So we found virtuals, we found webcams, earth caches, and labs. Is all we found while we were there.
No, that's good.
And it was a great day,
Yeah.
And it's different because of course I have to fight Christy every time we find an earth cache because she hates them. But she'll do it for me because she loves the lab caches more than she loves some of the other things because it's they were done well. They were historical areas and stuff like that. It was a good trip, and that's why I was kind of giving you crap about the labs, is because we did a full day of no real caches. They were all there was no physical container to find, and we had a blast doing it. And that's kind of what we've been going towards recently. Not that I love Where I Goes and I love mysteries and all puzzles and all those other things.
Sure.
But we go back and forth on things, and we've kind of been having fun lately finding the non-physical caches. And it's just been we've never really tried that before. We've talked about it before, like, hey, I want to challenge myself. We can go a whole month without finding any physical caches and just find all these. And we always cave because we end up near one and we find a cache or whatever. And I'm not going to say that we're not going to intentionally not find a cache.
Sure.
But it's kind of been a weird, fun thing to like spice it up again to just find virtual caches, all virtual caches for a while. And it's been kind of fun, and it ties into something else I'm working on. So, and we'll probably get back around to me or whatever. Yeah. But it was a fun day not finding any real caches.
That's cool.
I kind of like that too, because in a way too, when you're on a trip like that, like how bad does it suck when you're like on a trip and you have like some must find caches and you DNF one?
Oh, God.
And it really takes the winds out of your sails. But when you're looking for ones that don't have a container, I don't know about you, but how do you really DNF those?
Yeah, I know. Hey, we've had that discussion before. I've had people DNF earth caches before.
Oh yeah.
And I try not to let them. Right, I really try hard not to let them, but it is possible because a lot of mine are out west, so it can be snowing and they could not be able to get to it anymore. But
gotcha.
Yeah, but it's nice to have that security of you're going to get that cache in that area, So
oh yeah, it's just almost like, to me, when I've done something like that, it's like your cache high just keeps on riding. You don't have that cache crash,
Right.
Yeah. I think really and we'll pass it back around to you if it gets back around to me.
Yeah.
A lot of my caching tales recently have been on the hiding side rather than the finding side.
Yeah.
And I'll come back around to that once we get back around to it. But yeah, I just wanted it was a great day of caching. It was like a very diverse, first of all, webcams. There's very few of those left, right? Like
very few of those. Yeah.
There's a webcam that was number 43 for us. I hope I can get a few more before they disappear, right? But I looked it up, and right before we started, 66 still left active in the U.S. That's it.
Wow.
That's all that's left active.
Yeah.
Less than 200 in the world. 176 in the world left still active.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's diminishing resource for sure right there. But it was
I did. I think I did 4 on the trip, and one of them is now disabled and probably will never come back. So I think I slipped in one I think I did 4 or 5. I have to go back and look at my list. But anyway.
You didn't put an owner maintenance on that one, did you, Gary?
No, that wasn't me.
But it needs archived.
No,
needs archived.
Nope, not me. That'll not gonna come from me.
You know what's
all right,
funny,
let me tell you my next one.
We were in a total, like our environment was just Key West, right? It's a normal place to go. It wasn't like some island somewhere. But it was touristy area. We pulled up to it. It felt like 106 that day.
Oh, I bet.
And you're just walking around. That's my home state, right? That's where I live. We didn't think anything of it. We just walked right off the ship and walking around. We were dying by the end of 6 or 7 hours later. We were hurting, and we live in this state. It's hotter there than it is here, but we didn't have tons of water. And then, of course, it's Key West, so you're eating key lime pie the whole time, right? Because that's where it's famous for, right? So you put all this sugar in you, and you're not putting much water in you. By the end of that day, we were like, I feel like I've gone 30 miles. You can really underestimate what you think it. I think we walked like 5 miles or 6 miles or something.
Right.
Today, but
it felt like more.
Yeah, quite quickly you can overestimate the situation you're in or underestimate the situation you're in. And that was, obviously it was totally, I could have Ubered back to the ship if I needed to, right? But that wasn't safety. But you can still easily overestimate your ability to deal with heat and weather and no water really quickly.
Speaking of that, I want to talk about my next one, which is Beverly. Beverly is an evil witch. I just want to point that out. I want people to know that Beverly is not a nice woman. She is a witch. She is a full-on Salem witch, and it is near Chicago. But that's also one that if you don't plan accordingly, you may run into trouble. Because some people go, oh, it's near Chicago. What is it? Just like in a park? How long?
It's got to be urban. What?
Got to be urban, right? You're like,
it's probably by like a sausage stand or something.
Yeah, you think
under a park bench or something.
Yeah. You think you get some good Chicago pizza out there at Beverly? No, it's a little bit of a trip. But if you plan accordingly, now I parked at, so they have coordinates, and there's a road that's near there. Yeah, Rick Dorsey can tell you Beverly is a hike. Don, Gary, you did great. Thank you. So we went to another spot to park and then came in from another angle. The part of the hike out to the, it's like a wilderness bubble in the middle of this thing. So when you're walking out, you're like, oh man, this is great. This is, the trek out to Beverly. It's like, it's a mile or something. Like, oh, this is no big deal. You're going over hills and you think everything's great. And then you get to this bubble of wilderness that's sort of enclosed. Think of, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm at this. I'm getting close. You're looking at your phone, and we've all done this. Oh my gosh, I'm only, it's like 500 feet or something. This is nothing. Yeah, but how are you going to get to it? And the thing is if you were to approach this cache, I think in the winter, or if you were to approach it, and Don's right. It's flatter. It's Beverly does have a parking lot, but you still got to walk out there to the cache. Mm-hmm. So you have to kind of figure out your angle into this wilderness bubble. And so in the summertime, all the trails are blocked. You have no idea where a trail is. Now there's trails in there, but you can't see where the trail where you want to try to attack this thing. Right. So we attacked it from one way. We went around the other side of the bubble and tried to get in that way. And it's like, nah, is that the right way? And so I went. So anyway, so we did find, and I put it in the notes. So if you're ever out there and you're wondering, now again, winter, I think you can see it better. You could find the trails a little easier. Mm-hmm. Even the trails, once you get into the bubble, you can kind of go, yeah, this is the trail, but you're like, you kind of have to sort of keep your eyes open because you may be bushwhack. In fact, I think we bushwhacked part of it because you're like, I think the trail's here, but you're not quite sure. So just be prepared for that. Again, I put in the show notes a entry point into the wilderness. Okay, so just to help people out, I've got cords out there. You can take those coordinates, and you can know that spot, even though it doesn't look like it necessarily, especially in the summer when it's all overgrown, that spot is a good spot. I guarantee it. Again, you got thorns, you got, you got to be careful as you walk through there. You're shaking hands with every tree that's in there. You guys know the drill. You can look down, you can kind of see trail. Okay, I think I'm on the trail. Either way, even if you're not, you can sort of meander your way, toward the cache. And
so how much research did you do before you got there? Now, I don't mean Dawn's research because she obviously was prepared. How much research did you do before you got there?
Did you just say this was like a parking grab, Gary?
Not a lot. No. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't do the proper. Now, I did wear proper footwear that time, so I was good on that. I did wear proper clothing for that one, so I was prepared for that. Good. But yeah, I didn't do the right. I trusted my partner who, she's like, oh, this will, because she'd been there before, and of course she can do that better than I can. So
hey, she was ready. Anyway, she took care of you.
She did. So again, Beverly was a little tougher.
That's good to know because these are caches that a lot of people are going to go after because they're the old 2000 caches, right? So
yeah, and again, if you're in really good shape, you won't have any problem. I went back and looked. It's about a mile and a half to get to the spot, and then you get a mile and a half back. It's not a bad. And again, like some people are saying in there, the walk out is pretty flat. I mean, it's this little bit of hills, but again, it's not bad. But it's that last bit that you really need to know. How are you going to get in there and without snapping a leg? You got to be careful where you walk, and you can bushwhack it. And I'll talk about another one briefly in a minute, but that's a critical one. So know what you're getting into. We talked about before. I will mention one other one real fast. I'll flip back to John because I want to mention it. Alvin Power Line, GC. Hold that thought for a moment. GC9 F as in Frank, F as in Frank. Alvin Power Line. That is the oldest in Minnesota. And what I want to mention about that one, because it also lends itself to preparing, and that is if you do Alvin Power Line in the spring, the summer, or probably all the way up till now, it is mosquito central. Now, we were prepared, which again we talked about. So we had plenty of off, and we just sort of doused ourselves in off. But just walking out there, they're just hovering. I mean, there's a picture, and I probably could pull it up, but in the picture, you can see mosquitoes in the photo just hovering around like a halo around you. They want to get terrible on you so badly, and they're trying to find a way on. But
you really got to earn it then, huh?
You got to earn that one. But Alvin Power Line is not, again, for as far as trail, it's a simple trail. It's a straight trail. Pretty much anybody, even if you, of the three that I mentioned tonight, it's much easier. So even if you're not in fabulous shape, I think you could probably, you could do Alvin Power Line and have a good time finding Minnesota's oldest. It's Minnesota's oldest. So I mean, that's a nice trophy to get.
Absolutely.
And if you have some folks that are with you, and you're like, these old ones are usually hard for some folks to do. That one you could you could have a person who is not as mobile as others. Obviously, you got to gauge it. But Alvin Power Line would be a fun one for somebody who is not in the best of shape, but they can walk at least somewhat of a distance. It's not, the trail is flat. I mean, you're still on a trail, so everybody, you got to be careful. You mean,
right.
But again, it's a good one for somebody who has some possible slight mobility issues, but they want to find something that big. So
cool.
All right, over to you, John. Maybe.
Yeah. So let me take one thing. So as you were talking about Beverly,
yeah,
I wanted to give a shout out to somebody. So Sandy, Belly Dancer 2, actually just found Beverly on September 2nd, 25. She posted this to our Geocache Talk group on LilyPad chat on this one. So I just wanted to give a big shout out and congratulations to Sandy for getting find number 4,000. So what a great milestone and great way to celebrate it with getting Beverly. So I just wanted to make sure I gave her a shout out on that one.
Absolutely.
But yeah, one comment I think Direwolf had on here too, Direwolf 821, he says, and this is why it's been there forever. No one will accidentally stumble upon Beverly. And
exactly
guys,
correct.
Yeah, this is often the case with some of these older caches, is just they're there because there's a little bit more to go get them. So just if you're going out there and if you're a newer cacher, just be prepared on that one. But yeah, I wanted to share kind of briefly, guys, some of my experiences. So on my camping trip on here, a major highlight of mine, right, is we go camping with a group of friends every Labor Day weekend. And on this one, it was such an awesome time. My friends, Mary and Nick, their 8-year-old son was there. And oh man, we go caching with them probably like once a year. And that is a highlight of me going caching, because just to see like that caching experience through the eyes of an 8-year-old.
Yes.
And usually what I do, like kind of like last year, I created like a swag bag. So we had like some items to trade.
Yeah.
So with me, I brought like some path tags, some like rubber ducks and some stuff. And you could just see the excitement in that kid's eyes, like, just going cache to cache, doing it. And it was such a fun time. We actually did like night caching during the day. I don't know. Have you guys ever done night caching during the day?
Oh yeah. I found more night caches during the day than at night.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I've never typically done them because for those that don't know, I'm red-green colorblind. So for me, my color palette's very muted.
Right.
Don't jump out at me. But it was kind of cool doing that within like a group of people.
Sure.
Because when they could see that, which was funny, because when I was walking around a few times, they were like, "Oh, you're right by the tags. There they are."
Oh yeah. Very cool.
But yeah, that was just such a cool experience doing that, and especially with Paul, who's 8 years old on that one.
That's cool.
Like to me.
That's exciting. It's fun to see him do it.
Yeah, I just got so much excitement, so much happiness out of seeing the joy that he had caching wise.
Oh yeah.
That is definitely always a highlight of my year, seeing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like that.
Do you have one more, Jess? Or I had one more too, but I have a short one.
Yeah, I'll bring one up. So so I'm still mainly referencing our most recent trip. So one of the caches we found down there was it's pretty famous cache or whatever. It's USA all the way south. So there's the southernmost point in the contiguous United States is down there, and it's a virtual. And you go and you take your picture in front of the big site. There's a big statue there. And
cool.
What's interesting is that was that and the webcam were one of the main things I wanted to get when we went to Key West, right? Because I wanted to get them, and that's a perfect opportunity to get them. They're one of those famous caches or whatever. If you know the one I'm talking about, everybody's seen it. There's a big buoy looking thing. It's got southernmost point of the United States on it. And the virtuals just take your picture in front of it and answer a question, right? Pretty simple. Virtuals don't usually go down. Well, turns out here I've got turns out they can go down.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Right now, they've removed that huge statue, which marks the southernmost point in the U.S.
Yeah, that's been there forever.
Man.
And they're going, it's moved slightly. They've got to do some maintenance on the spot, and then they're going to put it back.
Oh, okay.
So if you went down there not seeing the newspaper today, you would go, how am I missing the whole statue? It literally is moved right now. So it's not in place I think it's going to be gone for like 2 weeks.
Dang.
So but the reason I'm even bringing that up, there's two things. One, when you're planning on a trip, don't assume anything.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a virtual. It'll be there. It's an Earth cache. It'll be there. They can't change. Oh, they can. They can change.
Yeah.
So that was just a wild thing. We booked that trip months and months ago. It was our anniversary trip. So we booked it months ago. At no time did I ever consider that virtual was not going to be there.
Sure.
Now, I got lucky. I got it a few weeks ago. I'm fine. But it could have been gone. Like I would have been.
Yeah.
You would not have been able to convince me that statue is not there. I'd have been like, my GPS
huge.
is wrong. Something's going on. But
that's some hardcore muckling, man.
If you're going to a far destination,
yeah,
anything can happen. Totally anything can happen.
That's
now, the second reason I mentioned that was because that's the southernmost point.
Yes.
There are 2 northernmost points, contiguous, and then the whole U.S. So obviously the whole U.S. is Alaska, without a doubt, right? There's a point way up high. There's an Earth cache that's the most north cache, and it's Arctic Circle. It's extreme junk, right? I mean, probably not going to get there anytime soon. However, there's also one that is USA all the way north. Anybody want to guess where it is?
Minnesota. No.
Yeah,
Minnesota because of Alaska.
Yeah, that's exactly where you think it'd be. So immediately when we got that cache, the first thing Christy goes, "You think there's one on the north end?" I'm like, well, now we have to put that on the list. Now we got to go to Minnesota and we've got to go and get this cache. Because yes, there's a virtual and it's called USA all the way north. That one's USA all the way south. You got to get the pair, right? I mean, obviously, west and east, that's not as much as north and south. So yeah.
Sure.
So there's a trip to Minnesota. We got to go get that one. So that immediately set a new goal for us. Like we've got to get that. That's a pair. We've got to get that one. But it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat to find that. And then to see that article as we were getting ready to go over this today, I was like, oh my gosh, that thing's gone. So it's coming back. So for anybody else that's planning a trip down there, it's coming back. But just you really have to pay attention on a trip that don't assume anything.
Yeah.
But, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and how much of a bummer is that? I mean, when you have one of those caches you identified as being like must-dos for your trip, and you can't get for some reason.
So I will finish with my last one, and then we,
I got one. We'll sort of start wrapping up. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to put on the list tonight, it's going to drive some people insane. I've kind of been poking around it the whole time just for fun, but this is going to drive some people insane. And Christy described it as my worst idea ever. So there's 2 parts to this idea. One, I published an Earth cache while I was in Key West because kind of one of my goals, anytime I travel somewhere or go on a cruise or anything, I try to publish one. Now, this one was different because it was in Florida, right? So that's not really traveling somewhere, but it is. But I did. So the interesting thing, and like that book I read recently, I don't know what that book was. Something about AI and geocaching. Anyway, there's a book I read recently, and it was talking about the benefits of using AI and stuff. Well, I got to use that, and it's part of setting up this Earth cache down there. And I got to use it in a couple of interesting ways. One was I fed my idea in, and I fed the caches in the area in. And I asked it, one, is this written to the proper level according to what geocaching wants? Like, not too hard, not too easy. And 2, is it substantially different and unique from any caches in the area? And I just fed in the other caches, and it was able to give me a report of how it's unique, how we can change it to make it unique from the lesson I had. It was great. It was a great use of AI for that, of to assist, clean something up, help me find good resources and stuff like that. So it was great. It triggered a new rule in geocaching. So not me personally. There is a new rule. I didn't cause the rule.
This isn't the Memphis Mafia rule?
No. I don't believe so. Although I will say something about that in a second too. But so if you in Earth caching rules, one of the new rules, and some of the people in the chat room already know about this. If you use AI to do anything, research or help point to research and everything else, it says that you're still responsible for everything on the page, and you have to disclose the fact that you use AI to assist in building the cache.
Right.
So I sent mine in. I knew that. We had talked about it recently. I totally forgot about it. The reviewer I have is awesome down here too. I am not the reason for the guideline. But he sent it back. He goes, "Hey,
go.
there's this new rule," and I was like, "Oh crap!" And I've got a great Earth Cache reviewer for this area or whatever. I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, totally sorry about that. I totally knew about it, and I wrote up a disclaimer. So I got to write up a good disclaimer, like AI was used and research and level setting and everything else, and checking the uniqueness of this cache. And I put it down at the bottom of it. So that was kind of cool to do that. I've never done that before. I will say, in other regions, there are brand new caches that are very obviously new Earth caches that are using AI that don't have that disclaimer. So not everybody is catching it as fast as my Earth Cache reviewer is. I'm glad he did, because it's part of the rule, and it was fun to be able to put that down there. I built it. I even used AI to help with the disclaimer. Look at that.
That's right. There you go.
But it was a cool disclaimer at the bottom, and it totally talks about it and everything else. So that was cool. But of course, I can't leave it there. I've got to up it one more, right? So this is the part that Chrissy said is the worst idea I've ever had. I just happened to get a brand new lab cache credit. I'm like, oh, let's make an Earth Cache lab. Why don't we try that?
I like that.
That was a clever idea.
Where that Earth Cache is, there's also 5 Earth Cache question labs right around it. So it's related to this Earth Cache. So the Earth Cache plus the 5 can all be done. So now it's 6 smileys for the price of 1.
That's right.
Although you have to answer questions on all of them, right? It's all obviously done right there.
Yeah.
At the thing. So we'll see how that goes over.
There was no multiple choice.
No multiple choices. I'll fill in the answer.
You got to fill in the right answers.
So now it can be done. If you've done the Earth Cache, you probably already got it figured out.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Chrissy's listening. She's not supposed to be listening. Hey, I already told them that is a terrible. She said it was the worst plan ever.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, that is true. It is easier, because there's no publishing process, which I can't believe that still is happening. But anyway,
I know. Yeah.
But I thought it was a neat idea, and I even labeled it Earth Cache Lab, and it's right there at the same spot. And there's other statues and stuff around there, and there's geology right there where I did it or whatever. But I just thought it was fun. We'll see how it goes over. I just made it go live, so it hasn't had a chance to get any response to it yet.
Very cool.
I don't know what the Jaws music is.
Where's the music coming from?
Oh man, is there a shark coming? like what is that?
So anyway, I got to trigger a new rule, and I got to create something that my wife totally hates. And we'll see if people like it or not. So that's my thing.
Okay. I got one last thing, but John, do you have one last thing before we go tonight, or?
Oh man, I do, Gary. I got a couple of things, man. Do you want to go, or you want?
No, I'll wrap it up. You go ahead, buddy.
Okay. I just wanted to give a few things. I wanted to give one shout out to Chief Geocacher, one of the reviewers in New York State. Looking through, I had a cache that I have not been able to find. And onto that one, Chief Geocacher, I love what he did. He disabled the cache as a reviewer. And what he wrote is the cache appears that it may need owner intervention. You likely have received a notification indicating that the health score has fallen below the threshold. A low health score doesn't always mean the cache is missing or has other issues.
Interesting.
But that, together with a manual inspection of logs, shows that this cache would benefit from the visit by the cache owner. And I just have to give him a shout out, because I love this, because so many times it's like a cache needs that owner attention, and for a reviewer to go in and not just upon the data, but also taking a look at the logs. I thought that was awesome.
Kudos for that. And
yes,
I'll never say anything bad about reviewers, because I would never do their job. You couldn't pay me enough to do it. But when they do stuff like that, it just reminds you how much they really want to make the game good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like what a great quality experience that they're doing. So I just appreciate that so much. And I just wanted to give them a shout out for that.
Yeah, that's
because I mean, like,
for sure.
Reviewers, man, play just such an important role out there in providing an experience for people, and they're not getting paid. They're volunteering. You're right.
Yeah.
So that is just big. But yeah, thank you, Gary. And then I got one teaser about Challenge Talk.
Oh.
I don't know if you want me to give it now or you want me to wait.
Oh, hang on to that. That's sort of So let me go, and then I'll let you wrap up with the upcoming show. That's always a good upcoming show.
John, do you want to save your other thing that you've got too? It's kind of about putting caches out. Are you saving it, or are you going to do that this week?
We should talk about putting caches out in another. Well, I'm just saying we can. We don't.
Okay. I know you had something good in the notes. It's interesting, but I didn't know if you want to do it this time or save it for another show.
I'll mention it. I'll mention it because
Okay.
I'm actually bummed about this one, because I was queuing up different caches to hide, and we all saw. I think you're referencing, Jesse, the challenge cache guidelines that are changing, right? And I talked about this on Challenge Talk, where I had a series of caches ready to go, challenge caches. One of them called the Hungry Ninja Challenge, right? So combining the food nearby and the stealth attribute.
I love that.
And and I had an awesome location, all this awesome stuff put out there. But as you guys probably saw, you can no longer combine multiple attributes for a challenge now, for challenge caches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a very recent update.
Huh.
I kind of get why they're doing it, and that's another discussion for another day, but it is a bummer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially when you have a cache ready to go and you're just gotta pull that trigger, and then it's can't do it, and it's darn it. And I get it.
You can't just publish it and change the requirements later,
or well, are you looking for another Memphis Mafia rule? Are you just
hey, you know what? There is a rule that I would like to. I'm not even going to bring it up tonight because I'll go off on it. There is a rule I would like to trigger with that, but we can't. We don't have enough time tonight.
Keep for another show.
My friend.
Let's save it for another show. That's for another show. Sure.
There you go. That's for another show. Okay, so sort of wrapping up, I want to mention a few things as I wrap up for tonight. One is that yes, I had the perfect guide for some of these caches. Dawn was incredible. She was really helpful, and we found some of these that are just really old, and they're just fun. It's fun to have. I mean, it's fun to cache by yourself, but when you find these old ones, it's kind of fun to have somebody with you to kind of celebrate, high five somebody and kind of be happy with the fact that you both had found them. So there was some that she had never found before, so that was kind of nice too, because she wasn't just wasn't like a guide. I mean, we were both out there finding some of those really old ones. It was really good. Got to go to a bunch of cache odysseys, so that was really cool. Something that we've talked about before, and you talked about, Jesse, but I got to do 6 states, and all of them were incredible. Cache Odyssey, all the hiders have done an incredible job, and just amazed at how well everybody has done, and just made me so proud. And
that pinnacle tier of geocaching, right? Like, I know Cache Odyssey is not the only ones, and you just found them, but that's that level that's so much different than everything you normally see.
Yes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We did have some crazy moments, and again, it's fun to have somebody with you on the trail, is being something that Dawn sent me a note about. It's like, you need to tell them about this. It's like, yeah, okay. So there were plenty of times when I was like, "There's no trail here." Dawn, you're crazy. You're a crazy woman. She's like, "There's a trail here," and it'd be like, I think we're bushwhacking right now. We're not really on a trail. And then be like, "Oh wait, there is a trail here. Never mind." I'll be like, "Dang it." She's right.
She's your Yoda for the trip.
She was
advising you kindly. Yeah.
Now there was a couple times, and I didn't talk about when there's a lot of stuff I didn't get to, but we did some real bushwhacking. I mean, there's no question we made a trail. I mean, and we were at one spot. We were trying to get to a trail. You guys have done this before, and you're like, you're scouting ahead. You're like, yeah, there's a trail up there. Can we get to it? Yeah. How do we want to go there? And she's standing on this branch. I'm like, you can go that way. I'm gonna go around this way. She goes, hang on. She starts jumping on this branch, and the branch is breaking. She's a crazy woman. So she no, she was really good. She was careful, but it's like, okay, now we can go over this. Yeah, okay, now we can go over the branch now. Yeah, yeah, we got in there and that was funny, and it's just some crazy fun, and it was amazing. We had we had some good caches to find, and Jasmer, is really good that it's there. It's fun. Like John said earlier, is that, it gets you out into some areas that you're probably, and I know, Jesse, you've done a bunch too, is like, and, you're in a spot where you're like, why am I here again? Oh yeah, this cache is out in the middle of nowhere. Alvin Powerline is I would never have gone to Alvin Powerline. I mean, it's Minnesota's oldest. I mean, that carries weight for itself, because I know you guys, we go hunt the oldest, but some of them we like. This is a 2001 cache, and it was like, oh well, I need it. I need that month.
Yeah.
So let's go do it. And so that was fun. And I'll mention real quick, and then we're gonna go, but I sent you guys a note, and this was again, Dawn was pushing me along to do this. She's like, you're really close, Gary, to having all the treasures. I'm like, I could care less. The ketchup packet, I don't have the ketchup packet or the extra napkin. She's like, stop it. You're really close to finding all the treasures. So we did go to this park, and we did some caches with a tot. The caches were up in trees. So if you have the right pole, you can get those caches out of those trees and sign them. And so, yeah, I was pretty happy to send that to you guys and go, hey, guess what? I've gotten all the treasures. Yeah. So
you're ahead of me.
Gary, I am proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, because and people know I'm a big fan of treasures, and
yeah, well, we need to do another show on treasures, because there's some extra tech that has been added into the cache. So you can go hunt treasures so much easier now, but that's for another show. So anyway,
yeah, we'll get to that one.
Yeah, but that was fun. So thanks again. Thanks, for the folks on the trip that I got to see and got to cache with, and got to see Jason Hellmeister, and we saw some other people that were out there as well. So I got to see lots of different cachers, and it was fun to do that. So anyway, so John, you got one other note, I think, right?
Yeah. Hey guys. So Challenge Talk is coming up. It's on September 9th and 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And it is the return of the Cheeky Brett on here. So Cheeky Brett, man, I remember meeting Cheeky Brett at Geo Woodstock at our wonderful pizza event. That the one where we had basically like the whole restaurant. You remember that, Gary?
Yeah.
And Cheeky Brett was there. And man, my first time meeting him, and Cheeky Brett is awesome. I got to see his incredible notebook on that one.
Yes.
But yeah, he's going to be on Challenge Talk this Tuesday. So make sure you tune in for that one, because it's going to be an awesome show.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was fun meeting him and being part of that. And that was pretty random too. That was at the pizza place, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just came down, and I mean, it was just awesome how many people were there, because I don't even know if I had to guess how many people were there.
Yeah.
I just know, like, we had part of that restaurant, and then we just took over the whole restaurant.
We did.
And it was really kind of like a who's who of geocaching that was there. And
was awesome.
We don't need to talk about that event anymore.
Great moment. Oh, listen to that.
We can move on. I'm still bitter.
Maybe Kansas. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. And
wait, before we leave, there's two comments I wanted to get. We didn't get a chance to get to.
Go for it.
So real quick, one, Amateur Gadget Geocaches said, "Oh, he found $1,000 in a cache."
Whoa!
We absolutely want to hear that story. Email that story into us, geocachetalk@gmail.com. I really want to hear that one, because that's awesome. And then the other one, if I was a Lackey too, yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I've got some good ones for that I definitely want to. One of the ones we mentioned earlier tonight with spurred that comment. I could go off on for 30 minutes. I'm not going to say a word about it tonight because we're already past time.
Right.
We need to do that again. We definitely need to do that again.
I like that.
I didn't want to pass those two comments. Gary,
I know I do not
love treasure show coming up because they've changed so much.
Do not love treasures, but I enjoyed.
He is a closet treasure hunter. We all know he is leading this group in treasures. So
I know
he totally is. And when he gets one, he's like, guys, check this out.
No, I do not.
That excitement's there. You've been trying to play it cool for too long.
How long till he's trying to make a treasures coin? We know.
Oh,
we know, Gary.
Coin.
He claims he doesn't like coins or treasures, but these coins keep coming out, and and he's the leader in the treasures for the podcast, for our podcast anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Suspicious.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Hey, good night. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
May your finds be many and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comments at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.